Hi, in this screencast, I'll show you how to create a Google assignment and make a copy for each student. So you're in your classroom as the teacher. You go to the plus sign, you have all of your choices. I'm going to go to create an assignment. And here's where I would assign it to each particular class. I have these other classes, and if I clicked those, it would assign to all those classes. For this one, I'll just do the test for tech. I could also assign it to individual students. This is a great way to individualize and differentiate your lessons so that each student gets the same type of assignment but may be modified. You would create your title, assignment 3. You would have instructions here. Please fill out this form or this document. You would set a due date. If you don't have a due date, it's never overdue, but you can set a due date and a time so that if you have something due at a particular time, it will mark it as inaccessible if it's beyond that date or time. Topics are really interesting because people can search for PDFs or assignments based on topic. If you have a lot of PDFs, let's say for biology, and you have them in a certain chapter, you could create the topic chapter 1, and then students could search by that particular chapter. But if you don't do that, you would click on Google Drive. And I like to keep all the assignments in Google Drive so that you can edit them later. Once you've assigned them, however, and you've made a copy for each student, you can no longer edit that document. So I'm going to go into my drive, and I'm going to look for a folder called Test. Now, if you'll notice, I don't believe the name, it's by last modified. Let's sort it. I'm going to sort it by name. And the reason Save To folder is at the top is because I have a dot in front of it, and that will always come to the top. That's a naming convention that might come in handy. So I scroll down to Test, which is where all my files are for test purposes. There it is. And so let's say I'm going to add a Google Doc. Here's test 1. I've added that, and you can see a thumbnail. If I scroll down a little bit, you can also add you can add a link, you can add another file, you could add a video if you know the URL, and you can share out that link. Here's the important part though. You have 3 choices. Student can view file. If you have one file and you want students just to view it, this is what you would select. If you select students can edit file, there's one file and all the students can edit it simultaneously. That can be a mess, but if you differentiate and have 3 students working on a file, that might work well. But mostly you're going to want to make a copy for each student. So I would select this. And note, the only time you can do this is at the time that you create the assignment. If you forget to do this, you would have to delete the assignment and start over again. So I would assign it. And once it's assigned, you can see that it's here. If you would happen to forget, and you can see here that each student will get a copy, if you would happen to choose that wrong, just go up to your 3 dots and you can delete this. Notice if I do go to edit, I don't have the option to edit that the students each get a copy. So you would have to delete the assignment to do that. Brief overview of how to make a copy for each student. Thanks for watching.